Welcome to Daily Spark by Jacqueline. Where 1 minute can change the direction of your entire day. One thought, one perspective, one spark at a time. This is your Daily Spark.
Hey, what up, though? It's me, Jacqueline. How have you guys been? I know how I have been missing in action, but I needed some time for other things. I had some doctor's appointments, and I also didn't feel quite well because I started physical therapy again. So I decided to take a little break, and most of you guys know that. I want to start with let them. And then let yourself. Have you ever stopped to think about how much energy we waste trying to control things that were never ours to control? What people think about us, what they say about us, how they behave, what choices they make, whether they understand us, whether they approve of the way we live our lives. And lately, two simple words have become a powerful reminder for me. Let them. Mel Robbins popularized the let them theory. And while the idea sounds incredibly simple, there's something about it that hits just differently when you actually start applying it to your life. They don't agree with your choices. Let them. They wouldn't live their life the way you're living yours. Let them. They think you should have stayed married. They think you shouldn't have gotten divorced. They think you've had too many relationships. They think you're too old to start over. They think you should settle down. They think you should stay single. Fucking let them. Because here is my question. According to who? Think about it. Who created this imaginary rule book we're all supposed to be following? Like, this is your life. Maybe you've been married once. Maybe you've been married 3 times. Maybe you've never been married at all. Maybe you walked away from a relationship everyone else thought looked perfect. Maybe you're starting over at 30, 40, 50, or even 60. Somebody somewhere will have an opinion about that. Everybody has opinions about somebody if they don't mind their own business, right? Well, then let them have it. Because they don't have to wake up inside your life every morning. You do, And sometimes the hardest version of let them happens inside relationships. Relationships require work. They require communication, compromise, patience, and sometimes uncomfortable conversations. And a lot of people can't deal with that. But there's a difference between working through difficult situations and spending years convincing yourself you're happy because you're afraid of what might happen if you finally admit that you're not. Sometimes we tell everybody else what's wrong. We talk about what we're missing. We complain about what keeps happening. We explain how lonely, frustrated, or disconnected we feel. But when we're standing in front of the person we actually need to talk to, everything's fine. Why? Because sometimes we're afraid that if we say what we truly need, the other person might leave. But think about that for a second. If expressing your needs could make someone walk away, how long are you supposed to silence yourself just to keep them there? That's where let them becomes powerful. If someone doesn't want to meet you halfway, let them. If they don't want to communicate, let them. If someone shows you repeatedly that they want something different from what you want, let them. You don't have to force people into becoming the version of them that would make you happy. And this isn't only about romantic relationships. Your friend didn't invite you? Let them. Someone doesn't support your dream? Let them. They're doing something completely different than you would? Let them. Someone misunderstood you even after you explained yourself. Let them. Sometimes you've got to let them because their choices belong to them. But here's the part I think we sometimes forget. Let them is only half of it. The other half is let me. Let them have their opinion. Let me keep going. Let them choose what they want. Let me decide what I want. Let them walk away. Let me stop chasing. Let them misunderstand me. Let me stop exhausting myself trying to prove who I am. Let them live their life and let me finally live mine. Because at some point in adulthood, peace comes from realizing that not everything requires your reaction. Not everybody needs to agree with you. Not everybody needs to understand you. And you don't need permission to change a life that no longer feels like yours. You get one life. And spending it performing happiness so other people feel comfortable with your choices, that's a pretty expensive price to pay for approval. So today, I want you to ask yourself, where am I standing? Where am I spending energy trying to control something or even someone that I need to simply let be? And maybe your answer is just 2 words. Let them. Then turn the question back towards yourself. What would happen if I stopped worrying about what they were doing and asked what I need? Let them. And then let yourself. Let yourself change. Let yourself choose differently. Let yourself set boundaries. And that's very, very important. Let yourself set boundaries. Let yourself start over. Let yourself be misunderstood. Let yourself choose peace over appearances. And most importantly, let yourself live a life that actually feels like yours because they're going to have opinions either way. They might as well have opinions about you while you're out there living. So just remember, let them. I'm Jacqueline. This has been your Daily Spark. Until next time, and remember, protect your peace, trust yourself, let them live their life. Focus on yourself. You've got your own life to live.
Before you go, carry this with you today. Remember, you don't have to change your whole life today, just your next thought. This is Daily Spark by Jacqueline. Reflect, reset, rise. Until next time.